Welcome to the video review from TouchGaming.org. Today we'll be looking at Fieldrunners, which is available for $4.99 on the App Store. This is a classic tower defense game in which you prevent enemies from traversing the playing field using towers. On the main menu there are 5 options: an about option, play, resume, scores, and help. We'll start with the about option. Shows you the version of the game. In this review we'll be reviewing version 1.1.1. You can also select play, which will open up this play menu. When you have a game saved in your memory, it will ask if you want to start a new game because it will erase your current game. But as you see here, this is the map selection menu. You can also resume a game. It will save your progress when you quit. You can also look at the high scores, which are local. And you can see your name, your score, as well as the round you got to for each of the maps. So an help option, which will let you learn how to play the game. As you can see, each page of this scrolling little help area tells you how to play the game. This final screen shows you all the towers. There are 4 towers: a Gatling tower, which has a continuous attack and a short range; a Goo tower, which has a slows enemies and has a medium range; as well as a Missile tower, which has splash damage and long range. There is also a Tesla tower, which does massive damage at a medium range. And so we'll start a new game here. There are 2 maps currently in place in this game, the Grasslands and Crossroads. The Crossroads is actually locked and has to be unlocked by beating Classic mode for the Grasslands in any difficulty. I've already unlocked all the various tidbits. As you can see, Endless mode here is also unlockable. When you get the game, it'll be locked and you have to defeat Classic mode. The same happens for Crossroads. Once you unlock Crossroads, you have to beat Classic mode to unlock Endless mode. There are 2 game modes. Classic mode is where enemies just walk through and you have 100 rounds or 100 waves. Endless mode is where the enemy troops never stop coming, so they'll keep on going until you lose, which definitely makes for an interesting game if you want to last a bit longer. So we'll start off demonstrating Classic mode on the Grasslands on easy difficulty. There are 3 difficulties: easy, medium, and hard. They are fairly well spaced apart, so you won't have too big of a jump between difficulties. So we'll start on easy. As you can see, the interface is nice. It looks military-esque, and we'll show you the interface of the game itself in a second. Once you start the game, there's a basic little help screen which shows you what each of these items does. Now, the main area here is your tower placement area. You click and drag on those icons to place towers. The price of the towers listed on the bottom right of its little globe: $5, $10, $20, and $70. As you kill enemies, as you defeat them, you'll get money, which is displayed in the top left. Your lives are also displayed in the top right. You lose lives for every unit that passes through the gates on the opposite side. We'll show you those here. Once they pass through this gate, you lose a life. You don't want to lose all your lives, you lose. Now, the idea of the game is that you build a pathway so that the enemies take longer to get to the gate and take more damage along the way. Other things in the menu or interface include the score on the very top center of the screen, as well as the round you're on. There are up to 100 rounds in Classic mode. And you can also go to the setting or return to the title screen by pressing there. Your progress is saved. You can also pause the game, which is useful if you have to go do something else or you want to just take a break. So we'll go back and play. As you can see, the graphics are quite beautiful. The artwork is very nice. It doesn't try to be realistic, but it is a unique art style which looks very nice. And as you can see, you can zoom out and zoom in with the multi-touch features of the iPhone. You touch, you pinch to zoom in and out. One of the problems I noticed is that when you zoom in all the way, the graphics get a little blurry. They seem not to be optimized for viewing this close. But that's not too big of a fault, since it does give you the option to zoom. Some games wouldn't. So we can zoom out a little bit more, look at it a little better. Once you zoom out all the way, you can see the entire playing field. You can see that it's pretty large. It's not that big, but it is quite interesting. So now the goal of the game, as I mentioned, is to build a pathway which will extend the time that the enemies have to walk, so that they take a lot longer to get to the gate and will take a lot of damage along the way. This isn't a video to show you how to strategize in Fieldrunners, so I'm just going to stop the little pathway there. And I'm going to show off some of the towers. As you can see, you've already placed down Gatling towers. We'll place a goo tower here. You can see what happens when they get hit by goo. And we'll place a rocket tower in a minute. Okay, there we go. Rocket tower here. And we'll place a Tesla tower if we can get enough money for that. Another thing I want to demonstrate is the upgrading abilities of these towers. By pushing on a tower, by just tapping it, it opens this little radius area which shows you what their range of attack is. On the left of the radius, you can sell the tower, and it shows you how much you can sell it for, or you can upgrade it for a certain price. In this case, these Gatling towers take $4 to upgrade. You can upgrade each turret of any type up to 3 times. They visually get bigger and more advanced, and they do more damage, or they shoot goo faster, they do more increased duration of goo, etc. Well, this is a finished tower. It's been upgraded all the way. It's a Gatling tower. You can also upgrade this goo tower for $5, and there we go. 3 total forms, so 2 upgrades actually. We can also upgrade this later, but we want to get a Tesla tower down first. Eventually, I'll just delete these Gatling towers by selling them, and I'll show you these towers here. And after this, we'll move on to the Crossroads in Endless mode, which is fairly similar, except that the Crossroad maps is it's very interesting because it has 2 spawn gates and 2 exit gates, so it gets a bit more difficult. We need $11 more. We haven't lost any lives yet, which is quite nice. One thing to note is that when you sell off towers, you actually lose some value. As you can see, our Gatling tower is $5. If we sell it, it's only 3. This upgraded tower only sells for 9 when we spend, I believe, 12 credits on it. Or actually, no, 5, 9, and 13 credits, I guess. Well, anyways, we've got enough money for this Tesla tower. So now we're gonna delete some of these and get those guys moving through here. I'm obviously not trying to win here. I'm trying to demonstrate these tower functions. Here's the goo tower, which noticeably slows down the enemies. You can see that their colors get a little faded and they turn a bit green. That slows them down. This rocket tower is doing splash damage, and there's a Tesla tower, which does a lot of damage to a single unit at a medium range. So now we're going to end this game and try out the Crossroads, which is a new map introduced in the patch, as well as in the Endless mode, which was recently introduced as well. So now we'll go to the Crossroads, easy, Endless mode. As you can see, this map is very interesting because it has 2 spawn gates, one on the west and one in the north, right here and here. So you're going to have to balance your defenses or make them meet together to actually progress through this map. I'm not going to do too much here, maybe just a little bit of gameplay since we're running out of time. As you can see, each of these gates is their respective exit gates. So these units will move down to here, and these units will move down to there. So, well, anyways, as you can see, the trade-off between spawning, you won't see 2 spawns at once, so that definitely helps. Although they do come out a bit faster in duration, so you might have one coming out first and then another coming out while the other one is still alive. But anyways, like I said, the graphics still look good here. The map even looks a bit better than the grasslands. Definitely looks more modern, futuristic, a little techy, nice little details where there's a little bit of sunlight coming through, which is obviously static, but it still looks nice. So anyways, that concludes our review. For $4.99, this game is a bit pricey, but it's definitely worth it since you have a lot of replay value. 2 different game modes, multiple maps, with variation between the maps, lots of unit types. There are many units that you'll see once you progress into the later waves. There are 4 types of towers with 2 upgrades each, so that's 8 total variations of towers, not including the stock ones. You have multiple options when you're in the game as well as outside of the game. And the developer plans to update this game with a whole lot of content that you won't have to pay for. So you'll be seeing new maps in the future, new units, new towers, etc. Oh, and about the sound and music, it definitely is pretty nice. They sound actually really nice for an iPhone game. As you can see, there's the Gatling gun sounds. You can hear rocket sounds, goo sounds. The game didn't used to have sound, but now the sound is definitely well implemented. So that concludes our review. Thanks for watching. Visit TouchGaming.org for more reviews.